Obviously not the result we wanted tonight. But, there'll be a time that we go back and look at this with the players on our roster that'll be returning for next year and figure out why. There's some hows and some whys that we're even in this game, and then why we lost this game. And we'll fix that as we move forward. All credit to Grambling. They come out in the first half extremely motivated, played with a lot of energy, a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of toughness. We let them get going, shooting the basketball. That was the one thing I told our players. I've watched them against other Power 5 teams, as in Southern Cal, Miami, and those teams. And when they got going shooting the basketball against those teams, they got to feeling good. And I told our players we can't let them get to doing that, and they'll play on emotion. And they did a lot of that in the first half, and that hurt us. We dug ourselves a big hole and then couldn't get out of it. But there's a lot to be proud of this season. There's a lot to be proud of. As I told our team after the game, for the returners, we'll fix what happened here. Love our seniors. They had a great career here. Shaquila Joseph came here. She was the first recruit that decided to come here. I was talking to her in Bridgeport, Connecticut on the phone. I just got the job, and she was committed to NC State, and we was able to convince her to decommit and come here when nobody else really wanted to come here. And in her 4 years, she's been able to go to 2 postseason plays. She's changed the culture of our program from that aspect of winning, and obviously wish she could have won more. But it takes time building it, and then you look at Erica Sisk. I said this about her on senior night. When you're trying to change things in a program, you got to find a player that's going to play hard every single day. Where they may lack at times in this or that, they don't lack in energy, they don't lack in toughness. And she's brought that. And she's put that in a couple of our younger players. That's exciting for me as we move forward, and that's something that I will always owe to her. And she went down fighting tonight. She went down fighting as I expected her to. And then Taylor Manuel there, 28 points, 8 rebounds. You look at the SEC tournament stats. She's just a kid that came here when we'd won 10 games the year before. We were down, no momentum really going in the program. And she came here and helped us get back to the postseason, which is huge. And so there's a lot to be proud of. Wins over Tennessee, A&M, Oregon. I was watching the selection show the other night, and we were 2-0 against 5 seeds, A&M and Tennessee. And I'm sitting there thinking, why? My job as we move into the off season is why we're in NIT, and how can we make sure we're not in it again. And that's something I'm working on for about a week in my head and on paper, and making sure that we're not in this game again. Because this is not what our program stands for. I'm happy about being in the postseason. It's a step in the right direction of our program. But our program prides itself on NCAA tournament. And as we move forward with the kids we have returning, we have the 11th rated recruiting class in the country coming in. We're going to add another couple kids hopefully here in a couple weeks. We got to get back to where we want to be at, and that's the NCAA tournament. And we won't slow down until we get there.
Questions? Matt,
you mentioned Grambling's shooting. Why do you think your girls didn't shoot better tonight?
I don't really know. I gave them off a lot of days. We shot the ball extremely well in practice. The biggest thing with us, I said before the season started, if we stay healthy, we would have a chance to win 19, 20, 21 games regular season and be in the NCAA tournament. I said that to you guys in our first press conference. It really hurt us with Crochet Rowe and Tori Lewis going down. We lost all depth on the perimeter. And so you look at Sandrika and Medina, as well as they shot the ball early in the year, their legs started to go on them because they had to play so many minutes. And I think that takes a toll on them. Where we had, before the season, that was a position that I felt extremely well about with our depth. I thought we had 6 extremely good players, or 5 really good players in that position, counting Bree Glover. And when you get down to 3, and now one of them's a freshman, you wasn't really expecting to play a lot of minutes. Now you're having to put minutes on her, but I think their legs went. I really do. I think their legs went. They're great shooters. They shoot it well. I just think they got tired. And the way we play defense is not easy. We get up and guard. And that'll be something I really look at in the offseason to make sure that's the right way of playing defense for our basketball team, because obviously at times the officials don't allow you to play that way like they've done in the past. And so we've got to adapt our style of play. And but I think that had a lot to do with their shooting. If you'd have told me that them two were going to go 3 for 13 from the 3-point line, and as clean of looks as they got, I'd have never thought that in a million years. But it happens. It happens.
Obviously, did y'all see something where Taylor could have the night that she did have for y'all, or did she just kind of take it
Yeah,
on?
we felt like throwing it inside was going to be important, and they were packing the lane in on us, and we kept throwing it there too, and she had a lot of success in there, and I was real proud of her. She was hurting after the game. She wanted to keep playing. They all did. We come out we lacked the energy to start the game. Why? I don't know if it's a 2-week layoff. I'm not a fan of the layoffs. I wish we could end our tournament and go right into playing like some of these tournaments do. I think that's good for us, but it's part of women's basketball. You take kind of a week off, so you're taking about 2 weeks off. I'd hate to be playing an NCAA tournament after 2 weeks off. And there's teams that will suit up tomorrow. It's been off for 2 weeks and a day, and so I think our rhythm was off early. At halftime, I just reminded them of who we were and who we are defensively, and get up the line and guard. And we got 31 field goal attempts to the 25. But again, the story of our season this year is people's going to the free throw line on us. They make 20 free throws to our 8. That's where the difference in the game was. We did a good job of guarding the 3-point line in the second half. They only made 2, but they made 6 in the first. And so going to Taylor was something that's very important, and she played well. She played really well. Proud of her.